apologize for being a little rough, my Alice, but this is for your own good.
Kyle spoke softly to me right after stuffing me in a small bottle. You think an apology is going to get you off the hook? I was full of rage as I pounded on the inside of the glass bottle. But obviously it made no difference. All that resulted in was my hand hurting. Well, I hate to sound ungrateful. You don't know a thing, Kyle. I'll decide what's for my own good. My scathing retort failed to reach Kyle. It couldn't be helped, given the limited volume my voice could reach with this tiny body.
Joker, you understand, don't you?
Kyle turned to look at Joker, not even sparing me a glance.
So, for your own good, huh? It's funny you said that, since you have absolutely no idea what's best for Amelie.
Joker's words were similar to what I had shouted earlier. I felt like he was speaking on my behalf, which made me somewhat happy. And the look he gave Kyle was particularly scathing. Was he, by chance, angry? I wasn't the one whom he was glaring at, yet I felt a chill down my spine. Because Kyle trapped me in a bottle?
Watching someone's freedom taken from them, right before my very eyes, is definitely not a pleasant feeling.
Joker's voice was low and restrained, but I could sense it was boiling.
Even more so, when that guy thinks of that girl as nothing but Alice. I'm not happy that you took Amelie, even if it is only for a short time.
Joker. My chest started to ache. I clasped my hands tightly together. Kyle smiled wryly and answered Joker.
Just so you know, I didn't have a choice. If I hadn't taken action, neither of you would have listened to what I have to say, would you?
Kyle tilted his head slightly and chose his next words slowly.
Listen, this is a warning. Forgotten memories should be left the way it is. If you persist in forcing open the lid, tragedies such as that you have never known will undoubtedly befall you. Most of all, the more we stray from the storyline, the more the spinner of tales will be unhappy.
That's a rather roundabout way of putting things, isn't it? How strange. Kyle was carefully choosing his words, or rather, he was avoiding talking about things that were forbidden. So he wasn't exactly making sense. That's the impression I got. Joker and Kyle both took a stand, each refusing to budge. Sparks flew between their eyes, and Joker was the first to break the stalemate.
Well, I appreciate the warning.
Joker shrugged and managed a thin smile.
But
He held out his hand lightly and continued to speak.
Amelie and I will be the ones to choose our own future. No matter who or how loud people condemn us as criminals, we're not the type to hesitate over fear of punishment.
Everything Joker said mirrored what was in my heart. I was pleased Joker said we, instead of just I. It made me feel like we were in this together. His unconditional trust and belief toward me made me feel happy.
Now give me back Amelie!
Within the blink of an eye, Joker released several playing cards that surrounded the bottle in which I was trapped. The bottle left Kyle and flew into the air along with the cards. And it fell straight into Joker's hand.
Are you alright, Amelie?
Yes, I think so. As soon as Joker let me out of the bottle, I felt my body return to its normal size.
Oh, brother.
Kyle looked at us with a pained expression. He didn't look the least bit repentant for what he'd done.
Are you sure this is what you want? Your choice is going to lead you to destruction.
His words were full of meaning, to which I responded. What do you know about anything? I steadily regarded Kyle as I spoke. I think what we would consider destruction is different from what you might think, Kyle. For us, destruction is never being able to remember anything. Living a future in which we know nothing about ourselves.
There you go.
Joker grinned as he agreed, and threw an arm around my shoulder to pull me closer. Hey, what are you doing? I mumbled a protest, but Joker feigned ignorance and kept on talking.
Kyle, we're gonna do what we want, regardless of what people say. If you want to try and stop us, go ahead. But if you try to touch Amelie again, I'll show no mercy.
My heartbeat sped up when I took in the intense glare Joker aimed at Kyle. While I was confused about how I felt, I pushed Joker away to put some distance between us.
I give up. Have it your way. Although, don't blame me if you have any regrets.
With those parting words, surprisingly, Kyle was gone. Phew! When I could no longer see him, I released a sigh of relief.
Amelie, are you worried about what Kyle said?
Of course I'm worried. Especially because he seemed to know something that I don't. Although, Joker had once spoke of the same thing.
But I can't reveal anymore, because I'm a Wonderland resident. There are things I can say, and things that I can't.
You can't expect me to leave it at that. If you know something, you need to tell me.
I can't. Remember what Luke said. There are unbreakable rules.
Kyle wouldn't give me any details, no matter how much I asked him, because he also couldn't tell me. That was Kyle's way of being kind. He was probably trying to warn me, I think. I muttered to myself as I continued to look in the direction Kyle had gone. Joker smiled teasingly as he looked me over.
Okay, well, why don't we go drink some tea for a change of pace?
Huh? As I reeled in the shock of his sudden announcement, Joker grabbed my hand and started walking. Holding my hand like it's perfectly natural makes my heart race. It was on the tip of my tongue to complain, but I held back the words.
So, we're here to drink tea.
Joker smiled as he recounted the story of how we ended up here. Luke looked sullen, but the other person seated at the tea party, a man with rabbit ears on his head and a toned body, was laughing uncontrollably.
Always the adventurer, hey Joker?
Speak for yourself, Sid. I see you've been spending time with the Hatter lately.
The man called Sid had orange-colored eyes and hair. He had a bit of a wild appearance. The air about him was different from that of Joker and Luke. Sid gave an amused laugh as he replied to Joker.
Yeah, the Hatter here can be a pain, but after spending time with him, he's kind of grown on me. I don't have an aversion to sweet things, so I come to the party from time to time.
Just to be clear, I never once invited you, Sid?
That was just a figure of speech.
He didn't seem to mind Luke's candidness, brushing it aside with laughter. A serious reaction now would only serve to spoil the atmosphere. I suppose Sid's reaction complimented Luke's personality.
For now.
Luke took a moment to clear his throat.
We welcome you, Amelie. We hardly had the chance to talk this morning.
As he said this, Luke pulled out a chair for me. He's so kind. He's always the perfect gentleman. I appreciated his manners as I took a seat across from Sid. Joker took the seat to my right, as if it was a given. Luke took the seat to my left, as if it was some kind of competition.
What is it, Amelie?
I let out a smile as Joker tilted his head to regard me curiously. I was just thinking that this is going to be a fun tea party. Luke is such a gentleman, and Sid is very social.
And what about me?
Huh?
What about me? Am I redundant?
Of course not. Joker, it's just that I couldn't continue. Because if I said what was really on my mind, it would sound like a corny script. I'm so used to having him next to me. I can't imagine him not being here.
Joker, stop giving Amelie a hard time.
Joker smiled wryly and shrugged at Luke's admonishment. As a result, he didn't press me about my answer. Luke turned his attention back to me.
Let me hear your story first, Amelie. What happened after that? At the Castle of Heart?
I had no reason to hide anything from Luke. I recounted what happened. Nothing, really. We just made small talk, and that was about it. The Queen of Hearts was very attentive, and she seemed like a very nice lady. Luke seemed to ponder my answer. He then glanced at Joker and asked meaningfully,
Is there anything that's bothering you? If you're being needlessly pestered, I'd be happy to help.
It was true that Joker had seemed rather overbearing at first, but now I was with him because I wanted to be. Just as I was about to explain my feelings, Joker beat me to it.
Hatter, you seem awfully fixated on Amelie.
Huh?
There must have been some truth to Joker's statement, for Luke's expression changed.
Unfortunately for you, Amelie and I are already of one mind. That leaves no room for you.
Well, it was true that when we were talking with Kyle, Joker's words seemed to mirror mine. So Joker's claims that we were of one mind weren't exactly false. But it was extremely misleading.
I'll take good care of Amelie, Hatter. You don't need to concern yourself.
Don't be ridiculous, Joker. I don't trust you.
I was surprised when Luke uncharacteristically raised his voice.
Is that right? The way I see it, Luke, you're far more untrustworthy than me. I know you're hiding something, Hatter. Do you think there's any way I would trust you with Amelie?
What would you say? Amelie's not yours to entrust to anybody.
The two were at each other's throats. The atmosphere seemed to be quickly deteriorating. While I was astonished from their argument, it appeared I wasn't the only one.
Don't fight! Here! Eat me! Eat me!
What? The magic cookies spread out on the table started to cause a racket. Cups started to break, the teapot fell over, and the tea party was ruined.
All right, you guys, that's enough. You're upsetting Alice and the cookies.
Sid put himself between Joker and Luke.
I'll clean this up for you. So you two hurry up and take your seats, okay?
Looking annoyed, Sid pointed at the cookies and suddenly a magic light was released.
Eat!
The cookies came to an abrupt stop in midair. Sid retrieved the stagnant cookies and popped them into his mouth. The cookies were helpless to resist being eaten. Well, at least that's what they wanted. All the while, I couldn't figure out what to say and sat there in deep thought. It's all because of what Joker said. It almost sounds like Joker really cares about me. How can I help but be aware of him when he's so nice to me? I cleared my throat in an attempt to regain some calm. I tried to hide my awareness of Joker as I looked back and forth between the two and started to lecture them. Both of you, I appreciate that you're worried about me, I really do. But no fighting, please. It's supposed to be a tea party. Let us enjoy. I would hate having to feel uncomfortable. It would be best if we could all enjoy a cordial tea party together. It remained to be seen whether or not my wish would be granted.
Don't you think Luke and Joker are overly possessive of Alice? Do you think those two will be able to make up? Let's take a little peek at the next page.
Help! The book! It's creepy! I was visibly shaken as I grabbed onto Joker.
Huh? Uh-oh, calm down, Amelie.
I can't be calm at a time like this.
I can't let Luke see this.
Sid, did you call me?
Whoa! Luke, you're here? No, it's nothing.
You're strange today.